I know it's been a while, but we're finally back with this game. That's because Battles 2 finally has some new, fresh content in the form of a new hero, a new map, and a couple more things. And this base theme update is basically what I guess you could consider a community update, because both the hero and the map were voted on by the community. So first off, start in with a new hero, Star Captain Jericho, rather it's hero alt. You'll see details soon in-game about how the Star Captain works, but for now, send trap balloons that put your opponent into debt when popped, and smuggles your rushes through hyperspace to get them past your opponent's front line. Following that, we have the new map Precious Space, which was inspired by one of the Reddit users. And from what I see, the gimmick of this map is that instead of spending money to add placeable land, you can gain money to remove land, which is, well, good for short term. Say you want to end games early and all that, activate layers to destroy placeable asteroids in exchange for cash. And based on looks of that, there's like multiple platforms that probably vary in the amount of money they give you depending on how big the space is. Pun intended, but moving on, we have, of course, new bling as usual. I won't go over balance changes until the end, so for now, let's just go over the quick general changes about club memberships. This is important. Club membership now gives you twice the amount of monkey money from all sources, because before, you need to buy the banana boost to get that. But as you see below, now the club membership includes banana boost, which I think is a great choice, because last I remember them doing this change, monkey money felt really slow to gain, especially since club membership didn't really give you much advantage in that regard. But yeah, let's just go over to the hero section now to unlock Star Captain Jericho. Let's get it. I've never met a balloon I couldn't pop. That's some real nothing gets past my bow energy. So, right before we jump to a game here, this is early access by the way. I'll just show you briefly the differences of Star Captain versus the other Jerichos. Not level by level, but mostly the abilities is what I'm curious about. So, first off, in it for the money, level 3 ability. Basically, up to 25 balloons sent to your opponent in the next 6 seconds are rigged with a high-tech booby trap, and popping them into $7 and puts your opponent into debt. I would assume $7 for each balloon, otherwise $7 overall would be kind of bad. So 7 times 25, $175 for a total net of $350. Since it also, you know, your opponent loses that money. If we compare that to the other Jerichos, it's a little bit less money because this is a total net of 500. And this one's a net of 400. Except I guess the difference is that similar to the Highwayman, Star Captain's is guaranteed. So long as you actually send all the balloons and they pop all of them. Also, level 10, smugglers run up to $5,500 worth of balloons in the next 8 seconds are loaded with into Jericho's spaceship to be dropped off partway down to the opponent's track. Which on paper sounds like the balloons you send just skip part of the track. And now for some hero testing. This is going to be more of a showcase run, by the way, so don't expect any tryharding, hence why we're playing on Bonanza here. Because I like to just go into a deep run and see just what all 20 levels of, you know, Star Captain has to offer. So let's get it. Because plus, as some of you guys might be aware, I have not played this game in almost 4 months. Yeah, seriously, it's been that long since the last Battles 2 video. Because, well, there was a season between the last time I uploaded, but there just wasn't really anything new in that update. Pretty much zero content, like, gameplay-wise, which was kind of a bummer. So it's good that this update, there's finally some real content to look forward to. Speaking of which, again, let's go over that content. So this map looks pretty long. It looks like the AI and the player center basically just have the same path for almost a majority. And I'm seeing Jericho over there with some laser shock. So that's what he does differently. His main gun attack, I know this is a really bad placement for it, but as you can see, unlike the other Jerichos that do 2 layers damage, he only does 1 with that laser shock DOT. Interesting to see. I am going to send yellows to see if it's possible to see how many layers of laser shock does it do. I would assume like 2 layers. Like 2 layers for a total of 3 DOT. Otherwise, you know, it'll be all downgrades with the Jericho's main attack. Anyways, we have in it for the money now. Let's go ahead and use it. So I'm gonna send 25 balloons in the next 6 seconds, which this is. And yep, you see money counter show up. $20, 140, 112. Should end up totaling about 375 or so. And looking at the map here, I don't think you can remove any of these this early on in the game, which makes sense. Or at least if there's a highlight of the color under one of the spaceship cannons or whatever you call it, you can remove it. So let's just gain 1200 right here, which I guess would be 600 in non-Bonanza. Not too shabby. It makes sense that not all the placements are removable at least early on in the game. Or at least I assume there's more that will go up over time. This one's worth a little bit less because it is, you know, in the corner. Let's blow it up. Sure, why not? But yeah, here's level 4 difference. Jericho's regrow balloons sent now regrow faster. And as for level 5, adjusted balloons now have... That's the same as the normal Jericho. As an FYI. I guess we'll send some regrow purples to see if it's, like, noticeable. Oh, wait. Jericho doesn't pop regrow purples. Because he's laser, remember. And now for level 10, yep, you see the laser? It fired up on the blue one. This... Wow, we get $4,000, which is $2,000 in normal game mode. Again, it's very prime real estate. But I do like the new strategies that you can come up with because of this. Especially if you're going all in. This is a very dangerous map, like, to defend, to try to defend round 13 with. Because your opponent can get so much just by blasting everything away. Because it doesn't matter. Because if your goal is just to end the game off, then, well, no kidding, you would want to just get as much money as you can. Regardless of all the spots that it gets rid of, yeah. And now for level 7, Jericho's damage and range increases, and he can hit camos. Cam balloons sent to your opponent move faster than normal. Is that true? So, I'll do the following. Let's send one set of camo LEDs, and a set of normals, just to show you the difference. Yep, it does look to be just a tad bit faster. I can't say percentage-wise, but I would guesstimate 10 to 20%, which doesn't seem like a whole lot, honestly. Again, it's been so long since I played this game that it feels, this game feels a lot more fast-paced than I'm used to. Already around 17, but we can take a look at level 8 here. Even for the money, it lasts longer, and now affects one mob class balloon, which is worth $300 when popped, alright. But the thing is, you have to send a mob class balloon, which means, unlike the other Jerichos, you don't actually, well, unless you plan to send mobs anyways, which I'll do now. And let's wait for it to get popped. Like, sure, you get money that way, and there it is. There's the money. But it requires you to, like, rush the opponent. And if like, a mob doesn't do anything, then you're kind of just losing $700. At least that's just my take on it. It looks like level 9 increases that to now 600. And fortified balloons sent to your opponent are more durable than normal. Alright. I wonder how durable. Should I test with some fortified ceramics? I mean, it's probably very hard to tell. Hard to tell without a sandbox mode, which is why it would be great if they had one. They do have one for Battles 1, but I know it took like years for them to actually put it into the game. And after this green one, $8,000, $4,000, the prime real estate. So overall, now we're just missing the biggest one, which is on the top left corner, which round 20 unlocks and gets you, whoa, 16,000 equals $8,000. Am I seeing that right? That's a lot. We also have level 10 now, geez. That was fast, so Smuggler's Run. I do want to test this out. I believe with 5500, it affects up to basically a single ZMG. So let's go ahead and get that. Or let's try to send that once next round hits. So I'm gonna press it. I assume it works like right before it spawns out, so like that. And let's see, okay? I'm not seeing anything. Oh, no, it's working, right? Sorry, I might be a little bit blind there, but I'm not sure exactly what I saw there. Well, while this is on cooldown, I'm gonna have my opponent send a ZMG at me. I'm gonna have them use the ability now. And I'm trying to see what's up here. Okay. So you have to use the ability. And then the new ZMG spawned. Like, move forward. Okay. I will just, get a boat here to look in like that. Let's try with a non-mob class balloon. So I want to try, what do you call it? Let's try a random Regrow Rainbow Rush, okay? So I'm just gonna send a bunch of regrows. Send me to the video. Press this button. And now I'm sending Regrow Rainbows, and you see it stops. Okay, so it basically, it doesn't duplicate it. It just like chunks it up and then drops it all on you at once. Interesting. So, I can see it being pretty strong in that you can, like, stack rush, but it seems like, I don't know. It doesn't send it too forward up the track, which I guess makes it pretty easy to counter. That's just my opinion. In the meantime, I've not been looking at the abilities, so Smuggler's Run can load up to 8k. I believe mob class balloons, now that if you use level 3 on it, you can gain up to, like, $1,000 per. So I'm gonna go ahead and use it now. And you see there's money signs on it to denote that this is one where you get lots of money from popping. Let's get it. Nice. $2,600. Stonks. And now level 14. $6,000 if you would get that mob class balloon popped. Level 15 looks like its smuggler's run can go up to 13k now. Note that 13k here is not enough to get a bad sent like faster in the track, which makes sense because balance-wise that would be well, pretty nuts if that was the case. So let's try the level 3 ability again. I'm gonna do a BFB. Again, it has to be after you use the ability, it seems. So in effectiveness, I'll be gaining $4,000 from setting this BFB. Very cool, very cool. It seems like the ability cooldown is faster than level, like the original Jericho's, but someone could correct me if I'm wrong. I'm new to this game. Anyways, let's send some tight ZMGs with Smugglers around here. Not enough to kill my opponent, but sure, a set of tight ZMGs. It looks like there's like 6 seconds of buffer, like to stack balloons in until it is sent out, so not much more to say other than cool. That's it. And Tech Tier should clean up on my opponent's side. Very cool. Level 16 now. Jericho's blasters upgrade with high energy capacitors, allowing him to fire each one 3 times per attack. Cool. Pretty useless again, since at level 16, you're gonna have towers that do like 10 billion times more damage than this guy will do. In that case, let's just power level him to level 20. How does that sound? Cooldown reduced for this. Level 19, his blaster attacks deal more damage if pop rolls. Again, very useful ability, right? Here's level 20. Smuggler's Run can now load 25k, including bads. Now, this is what we've been waiting for. However, it only works on 1 bad, unless you're playing on, I guess, no pain, no gain. Which in that case could go like down to 70% of the cost, which means it would work. My opponent's going to send out a bad now, I believe, with level 20. Let's see how much faster in the track it spawns. Here it is. Here comes Spaceship, and here comes the BAD, which I cannot pop because I picked the wrong towers, so GG. GG, everybody. Best I could do is, yeah, just Super Monkey spam, sadly. I know it's Bonanza, so I probably, if I ecoed, I could have got Legend of Night. How far I've fallen off, but again, it is just a showcase run. We actually got pretty close to popping it. Unfortunately, none of these Jericho abilities can save us. GG. But that's our CAPTAIN Jericho for ya. Interesting hero. Whether or not he's worth using over the normal Jerichos, I'm not sure, hard to say. Based on that one game though, level 10 doesn't seem too awesome. Level 3 maybe, and as for the camo regrow, I'm not sure whether like having them be faster and regrow more is worth over like them being cheaper with Jericho. I feel like being able to send a bigger rush may be better than slightly faster speed, because how often is like, or like, are you gonna send camo balloons to kill somebody? At least in high arenas, because most people have that covered. Those are my thoughts, and now just real quick to end us off, I'm gonna briefly go over the balance changes. Although, what do I know since it's been like 4 months? So, Tower Boost got 10-second initial cooldown decrease, which is good for speed battles, understandable. I do like that now that they're doing the BT6 thing and they're explaining how, like, their reasoning for these changes. I think this is something that was already in BT6, as you see here, so Mob Domination got a price cut, but I feel like 3k really isn't going to do a whole lot. Again, for a game like this, I feel like it needs more aggressive price changes. That's just me. I believe this first one is something that was already in BT6 38.0. This one's different, though. Huge damage buff from Inferno Ring. I still think it'll be held back by its cost, though, because there's still stuff that's way more efficient, cheaper than this, that does a better job, but you can never go wrong. Sub-Commander is a pretty small change, just buffs the main Sub-Commander itself. Nothing much to see here. When I say I'm going rapidly, I mean rapidly. This cannon ship change is same from BT6. This one's also from BT6, albeit from snipers. A very good quality of life change that I think nobody will really complain about. Mortar got even more nerfs. I haven't really been keeping up with the meta of this game, but apparently I hear that Mortar is like been OP for months ever since they buffed Bernie stuff, pop black balloons, and now they're kind of like going back on that. This Darling Gunner change is same from BT6, just having more Ray of Doom damage, which is good. Without this change, Ray of Doom just does nothing against bads, and it's just one of those things that you buy because you have infinite money on the field. Druid's change is the same quality of life as the Heli Pilot. And this is a bit of a nerf slash buff. I think overall nerf, because you can't use the Jungler's Bounty ability every round, or at least the cooldown's longer than the rounds actually last. Should be relatively insignificant, though. And now here are just a couple hero changes. Apparently Sentai is still really strong. So much that they have to reduce the amount of pierce and the attack cooldown by. Okay. Apparently Pat's no longer as good. Stronger stun. That seems to be about it, though. Oh, also on the settings panel, you can see you can now hide your monkey names and badges if they get in the way. That is all for now, though. Thank you for watching if you made it this far. I guess one more tidbit in the game that I forgot to mention is, this fortified could be OP if it works on well-class balloons. Because if this thing works on bads, or F-bads, then definitely I can see this being a viable hero. Okay, that's it for real, though. Stick around if you possibly want to see more Star Captain content. And maybe some more competitive content with it, because I know it's been a while since that. See ya.